about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy John G with another one. This time it's on Orlando Scandrick. And I know a lot of you Cowboy fans like me are wondering out there, like, what is it going to take for this guy to get cut? Like, why is he not cut at this point? And, you know, I like Orlando Scandrick a lot, but when you ask for a release, I mean, you're pretty much asking to be let go. So why haven't they let him go? And, you know, I had to kind of think about it. And then Mark Holmes, my buddy Mark, by the way, like and subscribe to his channel, put out a report yesterday that a source told him that Orlando Scandrick hasn't been let go because he's in on the trade for Earl Thomas, and they throw him in on the deal. By the way, if he is correct on that, you guys got to give him kudos. I've been seeing a lot of clickbait stuff, but I've also wondered why Orlando Scandrick has been on the roster. So I didn't know if it was necessarily true or not, so I reached out to Mike Fisher on Twitter because he's probably one of the only insiders that I trust his word for everything. Now, there are insiders out there that will give you, you know, that will lead you in the right direction, but Mike Fisher's the only one that will really actually break down stuff as to if it's going to happen, how it can happen, why it happened, why it didn't happen. So I trust Mike Fisher's word on everything when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. And so, you know, I went out to Mike Fisher and I asked him directly on Twitter, and you can go check out my Twitter, DMV Dallas Cowboy, and I asked him, is it any truth to Orlando Scandrick being in on the Earl Thomas trade? So he reached out to me, and we had a bit of a conversation. And so he wanted to know my source on it, and he hadn't heard anything on it, but what he told me was, why would the Cowboys, or why would Seattle take Orlando Scandrick when the Cowboys could cut him tomorrow and they could just go ahead and sign him? And that led me to this method of thinking, where I asked Mike Fisher the question, well, should I be looking out for Orlando Scandrick's release as to when the Cowboys are going to bring somebody in for free agency? So what he broke down to me was, well, it's not that simple. It could either mean that, or it could mean that the Cowboys are trying to create room for the draftees coming in. So this led me to my own method as to Orlando Scandrick is the key to us moving in free agency. So if you've ever played football, or you've ever played football at a high level, no matter what position you play, you've always been taught to read your keys. So as a quarterback, you taught to read the key of the outside linebacker or maybe the safety. As a running back, when you're pressing the line of scrimmage, the keys that you're reading are ultimately the flow of the linebackers. As a receiver, you're reading the safeties. Like, you're always taught to read your keys. So what I'm telling you guys is to read your keys when it comes to Orlando Scandrick. So Orlando Scandrick, if he's released before the draft at any point or in the next couple of days, they're probably creating, or I say in the next couple of days, if he's released in the next couple of days, that means that they're creating room to bring somebody in. Now, if they are releasing him close to the draft or around the time of the draft or after the draft, that means that they're just creating room for the rookies to get signed. But I would definitely tell you guys, Orlando Scandrick over the next couple of days with the Earl Thomas deal trying to get done, or I've heard that in Ndamukong Suh, we're not interested in him anymore, but there might be a couple of other guys out there that we might be interested in. So if we move Orlando Scandrick in the next couple of days, on top of the $7.5 million room that we created with Frederick's contract, we'll be looking to bring somebody in. So you guys stay pat and look out for Orlando Scandrick's release. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can get all of the up-to-date news as I find it out. All right, guys, peace.